Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is the Indigo Jo channel and I'm an intuitive tarot reader. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a reading to answer the question of, are they spying on you? Now this means like, are they watching your social media or keeping close tabs on you, like with friends and things like that? Not so much like a stalker. Nobody wants that. But this is going to be whoever you have in your mind. So I have the 3 piles you can choose from in front of me. It goes from left to right: orange sapphire, turquoise, and lithium quartz. And I'm going to show you a close-up of that right now. Once you've chosen your pile, go ahead and click on the timestamp that I put in the description below for the reading. Hi Pile 1, this is for those of you who chose the orange sapphire crystal card pile. Let's get into your reading. And I wanted to specify that this doesn't necessarily have to be a love reading. It's gonna vary per reading, but I'm just gonna give you guys the energy that I'm feeling. So getting started here, you guys picked the orange sapphire crystal, which is such a vibrant stone, and just looking at the card, just the bright colors and the beaming light coming from it, I just sense that like there's a lot of passion in this connection, I feel, and a lot of it could be stemming from the senses. I just see so much light and so much brightness coming from the card. It feels very passionate. It feels like you guys have had like a physical connection with this person, or if not, it's just a very heavily like physically connected relationship. So you guys are connected in that way. Well, when it comes to orange sapphire, it all has to do with physicality, the body, the senses, the feeling. So it's all about being in the moment, in person, present in the same physical space as someone. So I feel like this person is wanting that with you, like just to be in your physical presence, because they really enjoy your energy and your aura. So that's something that's been on their mind lately. Getting into your tarot cards though, we have the Six of Cups first of all, and Six of Cups to me is always about nostalgia, looking back, reminiscing. I think this person has definitely been thinking about you, but more so visualizing the situations you guys have been in together when you have been in the same physical space, and just thinking over what went wrong, what went right, reviewing everything. I think they do look at those memories fondly with you. I think they it's just kind of their way of connecting with you, since you guys aren't really connected right now. And with that though, I'm not sure that they're spying on you currently, because this is more so the energy of looking at things that have already happened, or maybe looking at your past photos. So I guess they could be looking at your older photos, but I don't see that they know what's going on in your life currently. I feel like they're kind of sad about it. I feel like they might have actually gotten kind of emotional about this, and I just feel like an overwhelming kind of sad feeling about it. So maybe they're like kind of sad that you're not around anymore. It's like I just see half of this sun here, and I'm getting an image of like an iceberg or an ice melting, and they're trying to heal. It's like they're trying to heal their icy heart, but it's taking them some time, and I think this situation has kind of gotten them to open up with their emotions a little bit, because now they're just turning into like this puddle of emotion and they don't really know how to deal with it. So they're kind of trying to heal that and get more balanced. I think they're trying to be more balanced emotionally at this current time. I don't see them really looking to make any sort of moves. I think they're just kind of like overwhelmed with what's happened and just kind of burying their head in their work, trying to keep moving forward, hoping that things will somehow get better on their own, and just kind of like keeping that little glimmer of optimism in their minds. But I do kind of feel like they are in a little bit of a negative mindset right now about this. Yeah, I feel like when it comes to them, so the energy of Virgo is coming up, and with this card I just get a sense that they're trying to turn their backs away from this for right now, because I do think it makes them kind of emotional. I think they have definitely spied on you a lot, but every time it happens they don't feel good about themselves, so then they try and just like turn away from it and protect themselves because they don't want to get emotional and they don't want to break their kind of icy cold mask that they're wearing. So they break off, do their own thing, and just kind of bury themselves in work, in physical, tangible things that can be done, and just try and move away from anything emotional. It says your secrets are safe. So I feel like this person doesn't feel like you have really shared much of your secrets. Like you're keeping a lot from them, you're keeping a lot from people. I think they maybe have tried to like look you up but haven't found much about what's going on right now, so they've kind of given up at this current time. But I do feel like they have looked at your stuff. Like this is something that's actually happened, it just isn't currently happening right now. Probably because they're taking a little break from it, but I do feel like they have these like feelings for you. They just are so protected. Like I just see a block. I actually get a visual of like a blockage here. So either like maybe they blocked you or you blocked them. There is a block that happened here, and they feel like they can't really get to you, so they're turning away from it just because there's really not much for them to view, I think. And they do have emotions for you. They're just, hiding it. And I feel like they even might think that you've turned away from them and you're not really emotionally open or available right now. So it's like they're choosing to do the same. I do see a lot of mirroring when it comes to this relationship. So whatever it is like you feel like they're doing, I think they feel like you're doing the same thing. Like maybe you both kind of feel like you're not facing each other and you're kind of moving away from each other, and that is probably the case. But deep down it's like this person does have a lot of emotion for you, because we have a woman holding a heart. So regardless if this is a woman or a female or a male, I feel like this is their energy, where it's like maybe on the surface they can keep a good poker face, but this is their emotions underneath it all. And then we have meditation brings answers. So I feel like even though they're not looking, or at the current time, I don't believe they're looking at the current time or looking you up right now, but even though that's the case, they're still thinking about you. Like they're visualizing a lot. They have dreams about you is what I'm getting. They daydream and reminisce about you. So it's like you're constantly on their mind, to the point where like they don't have to look you up. You're already kind of like living in their head. And that's kind of more so what's going on with them. And then ask for help from others. I feel like they have probably been asking people about you, like subtly, like mutual friends, like trying to get hints of like what you might be up to or doing. Or they could also be asking their friends for advice on the situation, and they're just kind of trying to gather information subtly, while kind of avoiding spying on you altogether, because I do think that brings up some kind of like emotion for them that's a little overwhelming. So that's all I have for you right now, pile one. I hope it resonated. If it did, please leave me a like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you in a future reading. Thanks. Hi pile 2, this is for those of you who chose the turquoise crystal card pile. Let's get into your reading. And I just want to mention that this doesn't necessarily have to be a romance reading. It could be about anyone, but it really just depends on the energy that I see in the cards. So starting off here, you guys picked the turquoise crystal card. So turquoise is, I think it's kind of like a throat chakra crystal, but I do know that it's about like storytelling and reframing your mindset and kind of retelling your story in a way that emphasizes on the good things rather than the bad. So when it comes to this, maybe you guys have been in a situation with this person for a while, and this crystal is basically just kind of telling you that there is a different way to perceive all of the things that have happened in the relationship, and it may not be the way that you've been perceiving it. So I think maybe you and this person have two very different perspectives and points of view when it comes to your relationship and what's happened. And I think there's a lot of like misunderstanding that's gone on in between you guys, and I think it's probably from a lack of clarity in communication and a lack of communication. So let's get into the reading to see what's been going on here. Let's see. So starting off, we have the 10 of Swords. I feel like this person really thinks that this relationship or this friendship or whatever it is you guys have is like over. Like they really feel like it's done. Like something happened and I don't know, it's almost like they feel like they can't come back from it. Like they really messed something up here. It looks like, so we have Knight of Pentacles. I think this person kind of took too long to approach you, or they felt like there was some block that was preventing them from doing anything, and instead of doing anything, they just kind of stood there like this knight on his horse, like just kind of stood there and was like, well, there's this lake in front of me, I hope it moves one day. And you know, like not really doing anything about it, not trying to go around it, not trying to build a bridge over it, just kind of standing in place like, well, maybe one day it won't be there. So I feel like this person just really was stuck, or felt like they were stuck and couldn't do anything, and probably had really bad communication skills as well. And I think they were viewing things from this kind of lack mentality, like from a really kind of negative way. Like they just were like, well, there's nothing I can do about it, so I'm just gonna be stuck here for now, and maybe things will change, maybe they won't. I'm just gonna focus on my coins, my work, my abundance, and maybe I'll keep an eye on you from a distance, but I still have this armor on. So I think that is the stance that they were in, but because of that, that's why things ended with you guys, because they didn't choose you. They definitely were observant. I think they definitely were spying on you and are still spying on you, but they didn't make the choice. And the Lover's card is all about choices. So maybe they had a relationship with you, but it wasn't like an equal give and take. It was like you were giving a lot and they weren't making a decision. They were kind of staying in this limbo area, and you decided to move on, and you probably found someone else that actually treated you better, or they're seeing that. I think that's what they see or suspect when they're looking at you from afar, is that you have other options and you have other choices that you're making, and choices that are probably better for you, because I feel like this person feels like they're not good enough, or what they have is not enough to give, and that's probably the real reason why they didn't move forward. But they're blaming it on something else and saying, well, it's because of this or because of that. But I think it really just has to do with like self-esteem issues. Yeah, so this person is being shown as the earth energy, like in this card. And from the image, I just feel like this woman is like really kind of in this gray area, like not feeling too vibrant, not necessarily very happy. Her eyes are closed. She has moth wings. maybe like in this illusionment, this like earthy kind of illusion where it's like, well, I'll never have enough money, or I'll never be grounded enough, or I'll never be pretty enough, or like in that kind of downward spiral of thinking where it's like everything has to do with outside circumstances. And I think that's what this person is kind of caught up in, like everything is happening outside of them and they're not really facing like what's going on inside. So I think that's the issue that this person has, where it's like they don't want to see themselves really. They don't want to see the emotion or their mentality or what's actually going on inside. So they will make excuses based on what's going on in the outside world. But I do feel like this person is kind of drawn to your light. I think they view you as being someone who's very talented, possibly artistic. So if you guys work on any sort of art, I think they like to view that. Also, I feel like they're very inspired by you, by what you work on, by what you do for a living. I think they also might be in that kind of field, like they could be an artist themselves, but they kind of like to portray themselves as like the starving artist trope, someone who feels like their work isn't good enough or they're not earning enough for their work. So like, you know, they might want to elicit some sort of pity on themselves because of that. And I don't know, I just think this person has some work to do in regards to like viewing things from a different perspective, like from a more positive standpoint. However, I do feel like they see you, and I think they see that you're more confident in your work and you have more of a real true like heart-centered love for what you do, and that really inspires them. So that's another reason why they could be watching you. We have the Sun. Your perseverance is rewarded. So I think that's what they are. Another thing they're kind of really enchanted by is like how no matter what, you just keep pushing. Like even if you are the type of person, not the type of person, what am I saying? Even if you're like someone who only gets like 4 likes on every post that you do, or someone who doesn't really get much recognition, who people seemingly kind of look over, you keep doing your work. Like you keep pushing forward. You don't really do it for the views. You don't do it for other people. You do it for yourself because it's something that you like, because it's something that pushes you forward, something that motivates you and moves you. And that's what this person is kind of lacking. Like everything they do has to be triggered by some reward that they're going to get from it. Like what's in it for me? What's in it for me? Kind of mentality. And I think they see that you're more interested in like the benefit that you feel from doing something, like even being generous to other people, like giving to other people. You don't just do it to get something back. You do it because, you know, it makes you happy to give to other people. And I think that's something that they admire about you as well, and something that they wish they could find in themselves. But I feel like you guys have had some kind of hiccups in your relationship, like hostilities card here. I think they think that you are not very open to communicating with them right now. You're very guarded against them. So you guys might have had some arguments in the past, definitely some situations where you didn't really see eye to eye with each other, and that's something that they think about as well. So I don't think this person, I don't know, I think this is another reason they've kind of not approached you in any way and are just kind of like watching you from afar. But then we have be assertive. So I think this is kind of like the change in them that's happening. It's like they want to be assertive and they want to give to you more, because I feel like they see that you have now opened yourself up to other options, other people who will give to you. And so now they finally are like, okay, I need to be more assertive and I need to reframe my mindset and look at things from a different point of view. So that's all I have for you, Pile 2. I hope it resonated. If it did, please leave me a like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you in a future reading. Thanks. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. This is your reading. If you chose lithium quartz crystal pile. And I just want to let you guys know, this doesn't necessarily have to be like a romance reading. It could also just be a friend, family member, acquaintance, whoever. whatever comes up, I'll share. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna let this flow. So starting with lithium quartz. Yeah, so I feel like this is like a fired up kind of energy, but not like in an aggressive way. This is more so like, because lithium quartz is seen as kind of like a battery crystal. It's good for people who have high anxiety because it calms them down, but it gives them energy. Because usually we have people who have like high anxiety who have no energy and are like drained because all of their energy has been focused on thinking and overthinking and over worrying, and they actually physically feel drained. So what lithium quartz does is it kind of acts as like lithium, but it basically is like, it acts as this like mood stabilizer. Like it would calm you down enough to where you're not overthinking, you don't have anxiety, you're not worrying, so then you actually have enough physical energy to carry out whatever you're trying to do, to just basically have enough energy to operate throughout the day. And so I think this is more so like your energy, like you kind of come into like a peacefulness or a harmony, and you really come into your own and healed yourself. And I think this person is kind of seeing that is what I'm getting. Like that's something that they, I think, require right now, getting into your tarot. So we have the Fool card starting off. I do kind of feel I'm getting like multiple messages here, but I'm going to go with one of them first and then I'll go to the second one. But so with the Fool card, I feel like this is them like pretending not to be spying on you, just kind of like, oh, look at me, I'm just having fun with my dog, I'm carrying on my way, doing whatever I want. You know, I don't really care about what people think, I don't care about what people want from me, I'm just on my own doing my thing, and I'm not, you know, it's like I don't care sort of energy. And I think that's what they're trying to give off. There's a Hierophant here, his eyes are also closed, so it's kind of like, yeah, I'm just in tune with myself, I don't really care about other people are always trying to check up on me, but like I'm doing my own thing. And then we have King of Swords, so it's kind of like, yeah, I'm spying on you, but I'm only doing it from the comfort of my home, and you're never going to find out, and whatever, I can do what I want because I'm a king. So I don't know, I'm just getting this energy that this person is a little bit like cocky or like macho in a way. I'm getting kind of like a masculine energy, like they are like, nope, don't care, not looking, only care about myself, and then they're actually watching you, but from the comfort of their home. And if anyone were to catch them, they would just be like, well, whatever, I can do what I want, you know, that kind of energy is coming through. But then another message I'm getting is like they also kind of see you in this way, where it's like they wish you kind of cared more about them, or they wish that you like seemed like you cared about them, or like followed them, or, you know, like online, I mean, or contacted them and reached out to them, but you're kind of taking your own risks and like going towards your own happiness and living your life. So like this is how they wish they were, but this is actually like your energy. And they definitely don't think that you're thinking about them or really caring, because they view you as being like this kind of spiritual person, like someone who's actually really in tune with energies, who's really developing themselves, their intuition, and like has a high self-worth and self-esteem, or really is developing that. And because of that, it's like they're almost kind of a little grumpy. Like they're like, why do they seem like they don't need me anymore? You know, it's like they should need me. Like, look at me, I'm a king here. Like, why the heck don't they need me? So yeah, I do feel like this person has some like cocky energy. Yeah, it's kind of like they're bitter a little bit, like they're seeing you doing your thing, really rising up, feeling yourself in a good way, refueling your energy, and then they're like, but hey, what about me? So that's that energy that I'm getting as well. I do feel like they're kind of about to take a risk and move towards you though, because they see that you're doing so well without them, and they might even like come at you offering some kind of commitment, or like saying like, I've changed, I'm different now, like I'm ready for a commitment, or I'm ready to have something real. But who knows, they might just be blowing smoke like in your face, because we have, you know, Knight of Air, which is, you know, air is kind of a very indecisive suit. So, you know, swords, air. So they could be saying these things, they could actually be believing them in the moment, but it's like you almost don't really know when it comes to the swords, when it comes to the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You don't know, because it's like at any moment they could change their mind. So I would definitely be cautious about this person. We have Mercury energy here, and that is Gemini, Virgo energy. So this person could definitely be a Gemini, but I'm getting like they're not doing so well. Like even when I picked up this Lithium card, I immediately like started singing Lithium by Evanescence. So I would look into that song. It's a really good song, one of my faves. Used to jam out to that. But yeah, so it's like that's their emotion right now, is like they're kind of going through some shit, and they're not in the best place, they're not in the happiest place, and they're definitely watching you. Like you can even see from this card the glow in the eyes, definitely watching you. And I think they're attracted to your light because they're in such a dark place right now. So it's kind of like you compliment them in that way by being their opposite energy. But what I would watch out for though is that I don't know if their intentions are so great right now, because they're still kind of in this dark negative kind of energy. And you know, they would definitely suck up that good positive light energy that you have if you gave them that chance. But luckily though, I feel like you're in such a positive space right now that I think it's kind of blocking them out, because you're vibrating like crazy right now. Like you're in like this positive mindset, and it's drawing them away because they're not on that same like wavelength, if that makes sense. You know, like attracts like. So if you're someone who's in a super positive mindset and you're feeling good, that's less likely to attract someone that's in kind of like a dark mindset, unless that person is wanting to take your light away. In that case, you just need to protect yourself, you know? But we have the Messiah card, so I do feel like they kind of view you in that way. The light attribute is serving humanity with humility. So I think they see you as kind of doing that in some way. Like you guys might be like guidance counselors, I'm getting. Talk therapists, life coaches. I don't know, I think you guys are really well, like do really well with communication of some sort. So they're kind of watching that, or they're watching you in that way, like whatever you guys do for work. I think whatever you have going on the social medias, they're watching, so be cautious of that. But they feel like you're serving humanity and you're doing it with humility. So you're doing it for the good of humanity, not just for like whatever you can get from it. But I feel like it's like you guys are very similar in a lot of ways. Like you're two peas in a pod, but they're the opposite side of you. So you're like this light attribute, and they would be like the shadow attribute, which says exaggerated belief that you're the only means through which a cause can succeed. So yeah, it just kind of goes back to what I was saying, like that cockiness that they have, like this exaggerated belief that like you are their world or something. Like maybe that's what they had previously thought, that like they had you by a string, or like they had you wrapped around their finger, like you were like, they thought that they were like everything to you. And now that they're seeing that you're actually like doing a lot better without them in their life, or that's what it looks like to them, they're kind of like, what? Like they're confused. They're definitely salty about it. They definitely want to draw you back in some way. But we have the shield here. You are safe from harm. So I think you're being shielded from this negative energy. Like you definitely have some self-protection going on. That is great. You should continue with that. And also, I think you have some divine protection at hand here. But, you know, all of this is good. All of this is for the best because this person is not in a great place right now. I feel like they have some work to do when it comes to healing. A lot of shadow work needs to be brought up with them. But yeah, I think they kind of view you as like a safe haven because they see how you're so protected, you have this light, and they want that. Like, they want protection and they want light. And, you know, deep down, it's like, I'm not saying this person is a bad person by any means. I just think they really, you know, someone who needs help is going to reach for the doctor, you know what I mean? Or like the nurse, like they need a healer, and you guys have healing energy, and I think that's what's coming through. The temple path, you guys are on like a sacred journey right now. You're on a sacred path, and you're coming into this like safe place now where you can relax because no harm is coming to you. There's no more tower moments right now. There's nothing negative that would be seen as negative. You're coming into this place where you can just kind of like breathe a sigh of relief and relax, and I think they see that and they get a little jealous because like they want that because they're still in it, you know, they're still in that darkness, and you're not. But I think the guidance here is like, stay in this safe place, stay on your temple path, because if you keep getting drawn back in to this person like by their claws, they're gonna take your light away and give you some of their darkness. So, you know, stay in your little temple path. But we have in the near future. So I think in the near future, this person is going to be in this full risk-taking energy and approach you with some communication, because Mercury, again, is another sign of communication. I think they're in that mode now where they're getting ready to communicate. They will probably tell you what they think you want to hear, but I think you're going to be ready when that time comes. So this is just preparation for you guys. Definitely use your intuition. You guys know what's up. You have healed a lot. You've really been trusting yourself, and you're really self-assured. So I think you know what the next steps are to take with this person, and if they approach you, I think you'll know what to do. So that's all I have for you, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you in a future reading. Thanks, bye.